Hi everybody, this is a black and red Arcane Bombardment deck that wants to make our opponents sacrifice a few things. Now that Invoke Despair has left standard, I feel like some of our opponents are going to feel safe to use enchantments and enchantment-based removal again. Well, they've made a big mistake because I've put in all of these weird cards that we don't usually use that make our opponents sacrifice things. So we've got things like Extract the Truth. Not ordinarily a great card, but it is modal, so we can choose the right mode for the situation and hopefully get some more use out of what are usually somewhat limited cards. Extract the Truth makes our opponent discard a creature, enchantment, or planeswalker, or makes them sacrifice an enchantment. I don't know about you, but one thing I've been seeing more on the latter is green and white enchantments. And another deck that has also not really been affected by the bans is the kind of domain-based Atraxa control list that also uses Leyline Binding. So the idea here was we could punish our opponent with some discard or make them sacrifice the removal that they're kind of depending on and get all of our good stuff back. So in addition to Extract the Truth, I've got Dreams of Steel and Oil as some extra discard and ways to activate Bombardment up there. A couple of Go for the Throat because it's nice and flexible. Sheoldred's Edict, of course, because it can help get rid of planeswalkers. We're trying 3 Traumatic Revelation as another way to make our opponent discard some things, and also not be totally useless in the late game when our opponent is empty-handed, because we can make some Incubate tokens with it and at least get a little 3/3 out of it. To go with our sacrifice theme, we're also running 1 Debt to the Kami in the 3-drop slot. Kind of nice in this environment, especially with the Atraxas and other annoying things floating around, in that maybe in a pinch we can make our opponent exile a creature and it won't come back. Also running 2 Liliana to go with that nice sacrifice theme. 4 Big Score, of course, because that kind of holds the whole deck together. And then for permanents, we're doing 1 Phyrexian Obliterator, a Sheoldred the Apocalypse, and then a regular Sheoldred, in addition to 2 copies of Chandra Hope's Beacon. We're running a copy of Breach the Multiverse here as our high-end sorcery. And I wanted to increase our chances of being able to pull up 2 things, that is 1 from each graveyard, by having a few creatures and planeswalkers in our deck besides the usual, 1 or 2 of Chandra that I like to run. In an earlier deck, I leaned a little bit more on a domain theme in this, so you'll see with the first couple of games with this deck, we've got a Corrupt, I think, and some Drag to the Bottom as well. Those were okay, but in the end, it came right back to Burn Down the House, which is still one of the best board wipes we can do if we're going to be playing in these colors. So you'll see me switch the deck around a bit, probably 2 or 3 games in. So yeah, this was a fun experiment. I do think Black and Red definitely still has some legs post-bans, and was a real brain exercise trying to figure out the best way to get our opponent in the right situation so that they made the choices we wanted them to make and got the outcome that we wanted. So anyway, let's go see some games with this deck over on the Ranked Standard ladder. I'll be with you for commentary, of course, but as always, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon. All right, let's get into it here. Trying to kind of slightly domain-focused, well, not domain-focused. We've got sacrifice spells, trying to make our opponent sacrifice things. And as you can see, we've kind of tucked in a light domain theme here. So let's Extract the Truth on our opponent. Started off by, green-white enchantments, huh? Let's take the Seal. It doesn't make much sense to take the Kami just yet. Alright, so they're going to lead off with the Kami, probably look to play the dog next turn. At least they don't have a Naturalist, which is good, so let's go ahead and Shadow Prophecy here. Well, I guess we'll take the 2 available to us. Only a mountain and a swamp on our side so far. Opponent with the Expected Spirited Companion. Going to bring that Kami up to a 3/3. Bring us down to 15. Yep. They're both tapped. Might as well get this Lounge down to get the island counting. Let's play Liliana here. Not going to be too great, but we'll make our opponent sacrifice anyway.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Okay, opponent sacrifices the dog as expected. Second Kami. Oh, what am I thinking? They can take down Lily anyway. Yep, no problem. All right. Land number 5 here. I think Sheoldred's probably the way. Keep these Kami from getting too big too early. Sacrifice the small one and are left with the 3/3. 4 unknown cards left in that hand. Probably another Seal from Existence coming up soon. Maybe a Borrowed Time. Oh, Calyx. Okay. Guided by Fate, Aftermath. Puts a second counter on the Kami then. Makes it just too big for our Sheoldred to handle, so no blocks from us. Let's see. So if we can flip Sheoldred, we can target something, but we're a little ways off there. Opponent's graveyard not full enough. Yeah, needs, what, 8 cards? Let's do Junji then. Threaten the double block on this Kami. We'll have to just sort of suffer through Calyx for the moment. See if we can't pick up a drag to the bottom here. No Way Out, we also picked up, whoa, second Calyx from the opponent. I guess the logic here is that it puts another counter on the Kami. Oh, another 2 counters. Alright, that's not bad, but still susceptible to the double block here. Which we gotta go for. Let's give it a try. We can at least get the death trigger off of Junji, but nope, they leave Junji alive. Good move. And since the other Calyx went to the graveyard, I believe he's an enchantment. So the Kamis will both go back to our opponent's hand. Super annoying. We pick up a debt to the Kami. Would have been useful earlier. All right. Well, No Way Out, probably my least favorite of the discard spells, but we're trying one in here anyway. Let's debt to the Kami, make him exile at least this Calyx. So if we can get this into the graveyard and pick it up with a future bombardment, that would be excellent. Nice way to deal with some of these Kami if they start making their way back onto the board. Alright, if they just double Kami here, I might try to big score away this No Way Out. Of course, they are left with just 2 cards, so it is very tempting to make them discard. No, I think we gotta go for something bigger, a bigger play. Okay, bad draws with the big score. Let's do it again. Discard this Swamp. Shadow Prophecy. Well, we do have a Traumatic Revelation. We can take a peek and incubate. And at least threaten to have another blocker. Oh no, opponent with the ossification here for us. That will totally bypass our Junji trigger. Well, let's lay the Swamp. This Shadow Prophecy is an instant. Believe we've got enough mana to do both of these things. So yeah, let's just pass it back. We're going to force our opponent to ossify Junji here. Opponent with all the mana they could ask for. Ossification comes down. Puts a counter on each Kami. Junji gets turned to stone and tucked under a plains over there. And we're going to take 6 from these Kami, assuming no combat tricks. So let's try to throw a 3/3 incubator in front of one of them. Alright, so we're just down to 7. No Castle Agonjo from our opponent there. Ooh, there's Bombardment and go for the Throat. Now, do we have enough mana for both of these? I think we do, actually. That's fantastic. You know, nothing like going down to the wire in a bombardment deck. Alright, opponent down to 1 card. We're going to go for the Throat this Kami on the attack. Bombardment activates. Oh, picks up Shadow Prophecy. We got to do it. Alright, we'll take Chandra and extract the truth. Alright, so Kami down for now. Dangerously low life total to keep Shadow Prophecying, but I think might be good here to Chandra. Let's add some mana, because I think what we want to do is try to big score. We're going to get a free copy thanks to Chandra. We'll discard the extra Chandra since there are no threats to take her out right now. Alright, so we big score twice. We pick up a Debt to the Kami and a Shadow Prophecy. I don't see any... Oh. Yeah, never mind. I was going to say, I don't see any enchantments on the board. That's because it's hidden behind the plains. It's the old ossification there. Alright, well, better late than never. We'll extract the truth. Ossification gets sacrificed. Junji come home. Unfortunately, no instants left for our opponent's turn. We'll probably end up drawing by cycling this Zeatora's Proving Ground. The Kami can come back, but they don't have haste, so as long as we can keep drawing into spells, we might be able to keep dealing with them. Opponent with another Plains. There's the Naturalist, a little late to the party. As the opponent plays Kami of Transience into Kami of Transience again. Might want to have reversed that order, but, you know, at least I'm not the only one making mistakes today. Magic is a complicated game. Let's cycle away this Proving Ground, see what we can dig up. We're down to 1 Extract the Truth here, which is not great. Although it does have a target. Let's see. Well, we'll double it up, but our opponent's empty-handed. We can go looking with Chandra if we don't like these. But we will activate Bombardment anyway. Tell you what. Let's do a little damage here. Chandra can hit 2 targets, so let's get that. We can extract the truth. You can sacrifice the Naturalist. That triggers Bombardment. We get a copy of Extract the Truth. Doesn't really matter. Okay, Bombardment happens. Big score. Good. It's better than Shadow Prophecy right now. Discard that Swamp. Oh, there's Debt to the Kami. And we will hit our opponent for 5. Bring them down to 10. And, oh, we picked up a Corrupt there. So if we play this Proving Ground, that should be 10. Hey, all right. Got there despite the mistakes. Good game. All right. I'm going to keep this one. Could be a hair slow, but we've got the board wipe on turn 4. So how bad can it be, really? All right. Nothing to do on 2. Let's get the second Proving Ground going. No Way Out back again. My thinking with this card is that it's going to be great under Bombardment, but I don't know. It's rarely great. I'm thinking I might need to make some changes to this deck in another game or two. We'll see how it feels. Oh, Glissa Sunslayer, enemy of bombardments everywhere. Let's do a quick Shadow Prophecy here. I think Corrupt. And Extract the Truth, probably. So we've got time to get rid of Glissa, although that is a nice card advantage engine for our opponent to keep drawing with. Well, let's go ahead and get rid of that now. At least stop them from drawing cards for free. Of course, they've got the backup copy. Can't fault them for that. All right, let's play Geothermal Bog. I guess let's drag to the bottom. Opponent not doing much else too quickly. Opponent's got a Dreams of Steel and Oil for us. All right, we'll say goodbye to Junji. No other creatures in our grave to get exiled. Land number 6. I'm going to do No Way Out here and leave 3 mana maybe to cycle. Let's see what we see over there first. What are you discarding? How worried do we need to be? All right, cut down and Sheoldred's Edict. So could be sitting on a handful of removal for a heavier creature-laden deck than us. We get our sad little zombie over here. Let's cycle away Xander's Lounge. We get our own dreams. And Debt to the Kami. We could extract them, see what they've got going on. If they're building towards like a Titan of Industry or something. Oh, okay, just a big Glissa. It's a Glissa-themed deck. Let's see, nothing else we can get rid of from their hand then. Tear Asunder, Gix's Command, and another Edict. So we're gonna have to empty that hand a little bit. I know I was just slandering No Way Out, but we might have to make them discard. See if we can bait out that Tear Asunder at least. Alright, opponent spends a Gix's Command, gets rid of our Decaying Zombie token. Which Glissa? Oh, that's right, they can get both Glissa. Our opponent is restocked on Glissa, but we draw Arcane Bombardment. Let's Dreams of Steel and Oil and get rid of the big Glissa. That's kind of the one that worries me the most. If they play regular Glissa, we can make them sack that, I think, here, and then follow up with a Bombardment. But they've got Tear Asunder for it. This is good. This might be, we might have to slow down a hair. Okay, so opponent plays 3-drop Glissa. We're going to Debt to the Kami. Love that this is an instant. Alright, forces them to exile that Glissa. Traumatic Revelation. So we can at least get an Incubate token off of that. That might be the way to go. Just start threatening them a little bit. We want to be doing something else. They haven't seen, I don't think, any of our bombardments yet. And unless they recognize my tiny YouTube presence, they probably don't know what we're up to. Oof, Graveyard Trespasser. This deck just has all the things that really mess with this deck. Let's see what they pick. No Way Out. All right, you can take that one. Not going to cry about that. Let's activate this token. All right, Incubator online. We draw Breach the Multiverse. Decisions. So I really don't want to play this Bombardment and walk right into a Tear Asunder. Let's do a Corrupt to the face. We need one untapped land to get this Breach going. Oh, yes. Okay, all right, this is not bad. Opponent has spent their Tear Asunder on our Incubator token, clearing the way for their Graveyard Trespasser and flipping it over. So they're going to start eating that graveyard soon. But that gives us a brief window to get this Arcane Bombardment down. All right. Well, unfortunately, it's still night, so they're going to get to pluck 2 things out of our graveyard, and they've got a Sheoldred off the top to go with it. They take Dreams, and I missed that second card. All right, but Corrupt is still down there. That's great for us. Okay, Sheoldred happens. We're at 15. Breach our only spell. We're going to do it. We pick up Shadow Prophecy. Okay, well, it's more cards. Well, we'll take the Bog and another Prophecy then. Breach happens. Our graveyard, we get Lily. Their graveyard, we get nothing? Oh, wow. That's really surprising. Usually it's our deck where we are just on the edge of having anything. Okay, opponent Sheoldred's Edicts in response to Liliana's Sacrifice effect. Effect still happens. Play out this Geothermal Bog and pass it on back. So they've still got a Sheoldred. That is going to take a chunk of life. We drop to 9 with that attack. 1 card left in their hand. And this Sheoldred trigger drops us to 7. Well, Lily can take care of Sheoldred, so that's good. We've got one Shadow Prophecy in hand, but we're at 7.
Sacrifices must be made.
Let's pass. This is an instant, so we can do it on their turn. Maybe pick up something to deal with any creatures they play. Oh no. Well, we're gonna respond to this Terra Sunder. We'll activate Bombardment. We will Traumatic Revelation you. And we will Shadow Prophecy. Take Extract and a Lounge off the first one. Revelation sees... Ooh, backup Sheoldred. Goodbye. Shadow Prophecy, backup Bombardment, and a Swamp. Okay. Well, we dropped to 3 thanks to those prophecies. Opponent's empty-handed, though, so we've got a slight window to make this work. Let's go Bombardment. And do we extract the truth now, or do we wait? What do we got down here? Big scores. There is a Corrupt down there. Well, let's build up Lily a little bit. Discard this Swamp. And I think we just pass here. I don't want to spend our spell and then have nothing left in case they play a threat here. Okay, Vraska's a threat. We're going to need some more specific answers to that. Likely going to draw? Yes. Opponent draws with Vraska. Goes to 15. Luckily, no resources left to play anything. Let's cycle away one of these lounges. Ooh, a big score and a Chandra. That's fantastic. Okay. Chandra. We will
Time to light up the darkness.
plus Chandra. We're going to add some mana. We'll take 2 red. We're going to big score off of this. We're going to count on these treasures and drawing an instant with these big scores to get us through the next turn. Oh, we pick up a Corrupt. That's going to buy us some time. That's nice. Yeah, let's go for Vraska. It's kind of a top deck war, and I think we can win it, but not if they keep drawing too many cards. We'll drop a land. What do they got down there? Some Sheoldreds. Well, we're at 12. Let's drop this Cruelty. I don't think they've got anything hasty for us to worry about, so let's go for it. Terra Sunder. Oh, but we can make him discard it with Liliana. Let's get rid of the... Yeah, oh, no! An opponent sees it coming. Good game. Okay, hear me out. It's a rough keep, but I think we can do it. We've got a Shadow Prophecy in hand, and we've already got Domain 3 guaranteed. We just need that 3rd land. I feel like I say that a lot on this channel. All right, Zeator's Proving Ground. We pick up Revelation. Opponent on green and white, but nothing from the hand yet. Let's make him discard. We missed our land draw there. Oh, wow. We'll take the Weaver. No use taking one of those Naturalists. Opponent's set to go off soon. Jukai Naturalist here. Ooh, plus the untapped land. Yep, they are set up to start filling the board with little enchantment creatures. There's the 3rd land. So the question is, Lily or Shadow Prophecy? Well, let's pass. We can sort of bluff a little removal here, try to make him be a little bit cautious, and then plan on Shadow Prophesying anyway. Really need some lands. As you can see, our hand is loaded down with 6 drops. A risky keep. Opponent's got a Restoration of Eiganjo. Gonna go looking for a Plains. We got to keep in mind, I got a Borrowed Time in hand. So we're going to need to play some kind of permanent for them to deal with before Bombardment. Unless we want to bluff out one of these Bombardments. Ooh, yes. Untapped land and a drag to the bottom. Well, I think we might need to do it. We know they've got one more Naturalist left in hand. Maybe one more creature? Well, they don't have that much on board. Let's Dreams them first. Okay. Let's get that naturalist. They've got a doggo and a borrowed time, and not much else. If we can do Lily, that's kind of a distraction, right? So we've got a lot of pricey things in our hand. Let's discard. We can drop Corrupt. The plan being to pick it up later with Bombardment. Probably discard a land, yes, okay. But Lily's at 4 loyalty, so she could steal a whole turn's worth of attacks here. Yeah, if we can wait this out just enough, we might be able to catch that restoration as it flips over with our drag to the bottom. Okay, so they do attack Lily. Lily is down.
I know when I'm not wanted.
No other plays from our opponent. Yeah, we're at 15. We're going to go for it. Trying to get our opponent to just overcommit just a little bit to where we can hit everything with a drag to the bottom. Okay, goes to attacks. All right, we're on the hook for 5 damage here. Drop to 10. Okay, big score then from us. We will pitch 1 bombardment. Yeah, I kind of don't want to tell them what we're up to, but I don't really see we have any choice. All right, we draw a big score and a lounge and a proving ground. Well, let's play our tap land, and I think now is the time. Drag to the bottom. Clear that board. So now we just got to deal with this borrowed time from our opponent. And then we can start getting some value out of all this stuff we've been playing so far. Ouch. Teachings of the Kirin. If that flips over, that's going to start picking apart our graveyard. And I do not like that. But there's not much we can do until we draw into more of our enchantment sacrificing effects. So let's see. We can big score. We can Chandra first. Let's Chandra. And we will minus. And we will target the spirit and the opponent. Keeps Chandra a little bit safe, keeps this board clear. Some of these decks play auras to go on creatures. Audacity, for example. Ooh, they've got ossification for our Chandra. I was hoping they would spend a borrowed time on that. Okay, okay. Reevaluating. So we're at 7 mana. Let's go for it. Let's do Arcane Bombardment. Play a land and pass. Opponent's going to flip over Teachings, but it's not hasty. So they're going to have to wait to attack with that and start picking apart our graveyard. Borrowed Time's going to come down. Hits Bombardment. Now, we've got some card draw in hand. We need to start drawing several of our enchantment sacrificing effects. Celestus, our draw. We're going to just pass it back. Big score away this Zeator's Proving Ground. Opponent with just a Blossoming Sands. Let's go ahead and big score now. We might be able to draw into a little bit of removal. We do, but unfortunately this creature is in the way. Yeah, I think we got to just take the hit. All right, they pick out the Corrupt. Good choice. Put a counter on the Kirin. Goes to 2. All right. Traumatic Revelation. Not much use here. So we're going to need a way to destroy this creature. Then we can make them sacrifice an enchantment. Let's Shadow Prophecy and see if we can find something. Okay, well, Lily will do it. Sheoldred's going to help us stay alive. I think we might be a land short. Let's see what we got here. All right, Lily, sacrifice. Has to be the Kami.
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
And let's see. Debt is an instant, so let's wait. All right, Celestus triggers. That's kind of nice. Ooh, we draw a regular Sheoldred. Well, let's definitely get rid of Traumatic Revelation. Weaver of Harmony from our opponent, but no other cards. Well, in response to that, let's make them sacrifice a regular enchantment. I'm not worried about the Weaver right now. I do want some of my good stuff back. All right, opponent chooses to give us Chandra there. Weaver comes down. Oh, okay. Opponent sees it. Good game. All right. Back again here. Made a few changes. Got rid of some of the domain theme in this deck. Took out the one of Corrupt, which was nice, but was not good enough. I think it's got to be really heavily focused on Corrupt. So right now we're just focusing on the sacrifice aspects. Firing off and Extract the Truth. Opponent's got a straight up negate for that. So the question is our opponent on blue and black poison counters? Or something else entirely? I think it's a little bit of the latter. Opponent's got Invasion of Amonkhet for us. Let's discard this Burn Down the House. So this could be, there's a blue-black variant that's kind of mill-based. And so we already saw them flip a Breach over with this Invasion. Relies on Invasion, recasting the Invasion, Jace, recasting Jace, while playing some blue and black control elements. So if this is kind of a control-ish deck, let's make them discard. Our Go for the Throat may not be too useful. All right, there's the Jace. So I think that's kind of what their plan is. They're going for the mills. All right, we mill a few things. They draw one card. Traumatic Revelation. Well, let's play our Lounge. Let's Revelation at least take a look at what's going on there. Oh, we can grab a Hidetsugu and Kairi. That's nice. Opponent's got an Otawara in hand and a couple of lands. So not much going on. Gonna hang off, or stave off. Hold off, that's the word. Hold off on the discard for now. Opponent mills us again for 3. There's one bombardment down. Opponent with a Gix's Command here, so retrieves their Kairi from the graveyard, doesn't do anything else. A good sign for us. Let's Traumatic Revelation them again and get rid of that Kairi unless they've got something better. Nope, just some land still. Okay, well now, Sheoldred's Edict. Let's make them get rid of that Jace before they can start drawing 3 on us. At least try to keep the card count semi-close. Oh, interesting. They're going to Otawara, Liliana of the Veil. Going to play out a Dismal Backwater. Okay. Blackcleave Cliffs our draw. Kind of tricky. I want to develop our mana, but I also want to use this big score. So has Lily outlived her usefulness? Can we discard her? Is our opponent going to breach the multiverse and pull out something big that we wish we would have kept Lily for? All right, well, that's the second breach I've seen from our opponent go to the grave. This Takenuma milling themselves. Are they going to get a Jace, or are they going to get Hidetsugu back? It's Hidetsugu and Kairi. More land. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by the land. Oh. Yeah, I can't get rid of Lily just yet. Like, this deck needs like 8 mana to function. Not to function, but, you know, for that one big turn. We're going to discard this land. Excellent. There's another one. We pick up our fun copy of Phyrexian Obliterator. Yeah, we could play Lily, but it might just be better as kind of a threat in our hand. I don't know. Will admit I don't have a lot of experience playing against this deck. So Hidetsugu comes down. We couldn't make them discard it. They had too many extra lands in their hand. All right, so they've got some things hiding on the top of their deck. The question is, like, is it something huge, like a Breach, that's going to dome us for 7 if we make them sack? Well, let's try for it anyway. Lily comes down without a counter from our opponent, I mean. Let's make him sacrifice Hidetsugu. Okay. Oh, must have been a land. We took no damage. Well then, easy decision. Follow up with the Obliterator. We've got Chandra on deck next turn. Opponent finally able to spend some removal. Takes out our Obliterator. Okay, well, how many copies of this card are we going to see today? All right, Hidetsugu does its Pretend Brainstorm. Ooh, follows up with Sheoldred. We are going to need to get rid of these. Well, we can Chandra and actually do 5 to each of them. We'll be left with a Lily on board. That could work. Ah, sorry, Chandra. You gotta give your life to defend the cause here. All right, each threat down. The Hidetsugu trigger this time. Still just a land. All right, well, let's tick up Lily. No cards left to discard. Opponent's got another invasion, so we're gonna mill. Nothing for us to discard, and they will draw. I was gonna say, we've got Bombardment off the top. That's great. I was just going to say, we've been filling our grave, and opponent just scoops it up. Good game. Okay. Man, it's the day of risky keeps, I tell you. If we draw that third land. There we go. Never in doubt. If we draw that third land, we get Celestus, and then we're off to big score territory. Not a problem. Not sure what our opponent's on here, but at least they didn't counter our Celestus with a Make Disappear. Looks like they could be an Esper deck. You know, I've been worried that some version of Esper is kind of going to take the place of these black-red decks now that Invoke Despair is gone, and Rafine remains an annoying and cheap threat for a control deck to wield. We could play Sheoldred. It's not going to make him sacrifice anything, but it will be a beefy body. Pass it on back to our opponent here. Trying to get some more information as to what's going on. Another Rafine's Tower. Ah, okay. Leyline Binding it is. That gets rid of our plain old vanilla Sheoldred. And we draw a Swamp. Well, let's try to land a Bombardment then. I mean, they've already spent one Leyline. What are the odds? Hey, at least it's not Invoke Despair anymore. All right, what do we got? This Bant kind of... I shouldn't have said anything. All right, of course they've got Leyline Binding number 2. They're going to attack with the 2 tokens and draw off Wedding Announcement. That flips over. We've got 3 big scores and some burn down the house. Well, let's try to draw. Let's discard big score to itself. We get Volcanic Spite and a land. So let's play the land. Yeah, let's aim to big score, perhaps at the end of our opponent's turn. Might get rid of this Spite. Trying to find one of our enchantment sacrificing effects to get back some of our good stuff. We'll take 4 from that attack with our opponent's tokens. End of their turn, let's big score. Volcanic Spite into the graveyard. We draw Chandra and Sheoldred. Oh, and Celestus ticks over. That's nice. Extract the Truth. Okay, well, in that case, let's discard this Burn Down the House. So I think what we might be able to do here... let's just make him sacrifice an enchantment for now. What do you got? Okay. Wedding announcement down. Let's get Sheoldred down here. Okay. It's kind of smelling like, yeah. I was going to say, it's smelling like removal or counterspell or something. There's too much mana available, too many cards in that hand. The control player in me doesn't trust it. I didn't say it was a good control player, but, you know, even a broken clock and all that. All right, so opponent's got 3 out of the 4 Leyline Bindings on the board. Goes with a main phase Wanderer. Why would you do that? Makes a token, but it's not. Doesn't have haste. All right, well, sometimes you just got to get it in. Opponent hits us for 2, drops us to 13. I think what we're going to do is cycle this Lounge. Want those sacrifice effects. Ooh. We draw 2, burn down the house. Let's go ahead and do that. Clear off this Wandering Emperor, buy us a little bit of time. We're in no rush. If the opponent wants to main... Oh. I was just going to say, if the opponent wants to main phase a Wanderer, could mean they don't have a lot of threats to back it up, but they've got the Eternal Wanderer here. They're going to exile one of our treasures. Not very nice. Okay, well, I think we can match expensive Planeswalker with expensive Planeswalker. Going to play Chandra of our own. Let's do plus, just to make her bigger. Just shy of big score mana. Okay, there it is. So opponent's got Atraxa. I feel like I've seen some version of this deck on the, what is it, the weekly standard, not championships, what am I talking about? MTGO tournaments. Alright, so they draw a few things. Let's make some mana with Chandra here. And I think we're going to double up this big score. We're going to discard Sulfurous Springs. There's got to be something here we can do. Ooh, nice. Okay. Definitely stuff to do. So we can go for the throat now, which I think we can do. No, hold on. If we wait until our opponent's turn, then we're going to get another trigger of Chandra. So we might have to play that bombardment style. So maybe we just take a look with Traumatic Revelation. We got mana left to incubate. Could potentially threaten that Eternal Wanderer a little bit. Wow. They are well stocked with Planeswalkers. No targets for our discard spell. Okay. All right, this could be a bit of a struggle here. Opponent discards the Herd Migration to go get a land. I wonder why. Wedding announcement. Too bad Dreams doesn't hit Planeswalkers. Eternal Wanderer makes another double striking Samurai. We're going to go to attacks. Correct, yes. Going to try to attack Chandra. Going to attack our face here with the Samurai. Let's go for the throat. Chandra's going to double that up. I don't think a flashed Wanderer can do anything about this. Okay, one Samurai down. Atraxa gone. And their wedding announcement will happen. Let's flip over our incubator token. Just in case here. Alright, so they do have enough mana left to flash in a Wanderer. If we minus Chandra, though, we can hit the token and the Wandering Emperor. Okay. One threat dealt with. Let's see. We can double up a burn down the house on devils. Try to start being a little threatening to our opponent here. Okay. Let's go to attacks. And I think we'll attack with everything except for... yeah, one devil. Alright, they're flashing in a Wanderer. Kinda knew that was coming.
I hope you're ready to lose.
And they're going to exile the Incubator token. So we'll hit them for 5, drop them down to 20. Gotta find a way to work through these Planeswalkers and get some of our stuff back. It's still all hanging out under those leyline bindings. Alright, now our opponent's got the Herd Migration. Makes 5 3/3 Beast tokens. And gonna put a counter on one of them with the Emperor.
Strike fast and strike hard.
Alright, goes to combat. Nothing to do. Wedding announcement will trigger again. Alright, let's go for the throat then on the beast with a token on it. Chandra's going to copy that. We're going to try to control the beast population a little bit. Good, good, good. And yeah, might as well. We're going to cycle away this Xander's Lounge too. Draws us a swamp, and we draw another lounge. Wow. Okay. Chandra, I need you to go look in here. What can we do? Options are burn down the house or extract the truth. Let's extract. Sacrifice 2 enchantments, since we're going to get a free copy with Chandra. Yeah, I don't know if they play Borrowed Times, but could be only one leyline binding left in the deck. They're going to cycle, draw a card. No mana left to do anything. They're going to sack 1 Wedding Announcement. And what is the last one? Okay, we get back Sheoldred the Apocalypse. Probably the best option for our opponent there. Let's cycle away this lounge. Gives us a little bit of a life cushion. Play out the swamp. Yeah, we'll just pass it back. Kind of holding this Dreams, I guess, in case we draw another Bombardment. Be a great cheap way to activate it. I'm not sure that they can reanimate Atraxa in this deck. Could be wrong. So I don't know if we need to pull it out of their graveyard or not. Alright. Opponent with the Eternal Wanderer. We are we are slowly working through the Planeswalkers here. Alright. Well, Sheoldred's been exiled, but she'll be back. I think we can do some creative blocking here. Maybe throw another one on there. We might be able to get rid of a few of these things. They say math is for blockers, but in general, just math isn't for me. Let's hit the Eternal Wanderer. No, Wandering Emperor. And I think we've got enough to get rid of... Oh, I definitely mathed that wrong. Got enough to get rid of 2 of these beasts. Do a little damage to the Eternal Wanderer. Let's get all these resolved here. Okay, so Chandra's still up. That is great news for us. Opponent drops a Rafine's Tower. Oh, we draw a Cruelty of Gix. Well, I want Chandra to take a look for us again. since we won't get a free copy of this.
Plan, no problem.
Huh, Sheoldred's Edict. Well, choices. Let's do Edict on Planeswalker. Now, I highly doubt they're going to flash in the Wanderer in time for this to be relevant with the copied spell. Trying to think about it, I don't think there's a way we could have gotten them to get the Wanderer into play first. Let's follow up with a Cruelty. They'll probably flash one of these in, maybe. You know what? Yeah, because they do have a Traxa down there, right? We didn't get rid of it. Yeah, let's go for it. Change of plans. I mean, it's the possibility of drawing up to 10 cards, not in our deck, but it might just be what we need to put ourselves over the top here in this grindy match. Let's take Extract, Lily, Xander's Lounge, Debt, and an Obliterator. Why not? Okay, well, hand is full. Let's play the Springs. We can draw with this Lounge later. And let's see. All right, no creatures down there. Yeah, let's just pass it over. Oh, yep, forgot Devil Attacks. I tell you what, let's get Dreams of Steel and Oil going. Oh, make disappear. Okay. Just in case. Oh, and Sheoldred comes back. They're going to flash in the Wandering Emperor. That was a nice surprise. So much has happened, I forgot Sheoldred was waiting to jump back in there. Alright, opponent's got to depopulate. We at least draw a card for the trouble. Let's see. Devil can ping the Wandering Emperor. Oh, and Sheoldred saw the card draw, so we're going to gain 2 life. Opponent makes a token as the last defiant act of the Wandering Emperor. All right. Traumatic Revelation. Well, I'll tell you what, let's do Debt to the Kami. I would like you to exile 2 enchantments, thanks to Chandra. Opponent's got the Make Disappear, but that doesn't matter. We can pay for it. And we're going to get back Arcane Bombardment, Vanilla Sheoldred. Might even be able to play this Obliterator, too. Let's see. All right, Sheoldred comes down, but they just have a token, so no sacrifice. That's fine. All right, exile another enchantment. Bombardment comes back. All right, so we are going to add some mana. All right, we'll go for a little bit of black. We're going to do... We could do Lily. They're just going to flash in the Wanderer. Probably Obliterator. We don't really have any instants to play on our opponent's turn to take advantage of this bombardment. Opponent having a good think about flashing in the Emperor. They do. Not going to wait for us to attack. Deciding instead to build up some tokens. Alright, let's play the Cliffs. And I think that's good for now. Okay. See, all these cards where the opponent gets to choose what to do, it's at least taxing on my brain. Which, you know, that's not saying much. Alright, opponent's got another depopulate for our board. Guess they're going to count on the Wanderer to keep filling it up with some tokens. Let's see, we draw a Cliffs. Let's draw with the Celestus here for a change. Let's see what we can do. Alright, there's a Breach. That could be fun. Little mana short for it, unless...
We can do
Yeah, we've got Chandra. Nah, not sure I got enough cards for that. We might be able to wait him out and actually might want to do that later. Alright, let's just try to incubate a little bit. Get Bombardment going. Extract the Truth. Don't think they have any enchantments to sacrifice. Okay, let's go with that. So here we can threaten to block with our incubator tokens. Opponent's going to put a counter on on their samurai. Definitely going to activate this incubator token. We're going to throw it away in a block. It's worth keeping Chandra around. Easy price to pay. What's that last card you've got? Okay, we don't know. We draw another Blackcleave Cliffs. We could do another Bombardment. Sure, why not? And then extract the Truth. Could be the way, although... Yeah, let's do it. It activates Bombardment. I'm trying to think about doubling up the most appropriate spell without milling us. I know Breach is more fun. If this were like 10 turns ago, I probably would have done it. All right. Let's cast... Yeah, I think we can big score. Let's get rid of this Blackcleave Cliffs. Nothing to extract the Truth. They're just holding on to a lay down arms. We got a backup Chandra here. All right, so path to victory that's kind of shaping up now is probably some burn. Let's do a little plus with Chandra here. Make some manas. We're going to play Lily. Still no instance from us. We're going to make them sacrifice that token that they've been building up.
Off you go.
Enough left to flip over this incubator token and maybe start pressuring the Wanderer. All right, wedding announcement. Unfortunately, that's going to help build their board back up a little bit. Yep, still on the creating samurai train over there as they drop another token onto the board. That is a choice. They're going to lay down arms, their own token. All right, well, let's flip over our incubator. They've got a chump blocker. Let's do Chandra here. We're going to choose this token and that Wanderer to do some damage. Let's attack with the incubator. Let's discard with Lily.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Backup plan is to build her up enough where we make them sacrifice a bunch of lands. All right, wedding announcement. They've got one card in hand and one chump blocking human. Well, let's make them sacrifice that token.
Fine. I'll take my I've always hated crowds.
Go to attacks. All right, get in for 3, so there's nothing to deal with that token. Let's do a little burn here. And we will just do the one target with Chandra. Dropping them to 3. Any counters for Chandra number 2? Oh, I got something. Oh, it's just a make disappear. Oh, wow. What a game. Good game.